G'day everyone. Recently I've been doing a couple of different decluttering activities, and one of the things that has happened as a result of this that I wasn't quite expecting was that I've started thinking about my spending habits, and in particular money that I'm wasting on things I don't need. I've noticed that I pretty much have everything I need in the house. I have more than enough clothes, more than enough books, etc, etc, etc. And so I was thinking that I think I'm going to start the new year off by doing a no spend challenge. So in particular, a no spend January. So a no spend challenge is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You challenge yourself for a period of time not to spend money on anything that isn't completely essential. Now some people go harder at this than others. Some people just do a low buy sort of challenge rather than a no buy challenge. But I think I'm gonna go pretty hard at this. I'm gonna see if I can actually manage to do a no buy month. And people also pick different time frames. Some people just do a weekend or a week. Some people do a month, and some people have managed to do a whole year. At the moment, I'm going to see if I can do a month, and if it goes well, I might extend it out and do a couple of months, maybe even half a year. But I don't know how well this is going to go, honestly. I've never done this before, so I'm going to keep it to a month and see how well I can do. So there's a couple of reasons people do no spend challenges. It obviously helps you save money because you're reducing your spending, and you can put that money towards a debt or some kind of reward, a vacation, or something that you might want to buy. But another thing that no spend challenges do is they help you gain insights into your spending habits, and in particular where you might be wasting money. And then you can use that information to make some changes and get yourself into a better position financially. And all of that sounds very good to me at this point. So, like I said, I'm going to give it a go. Now, stopping spending altogether doesn't sound too difficult, but it might prove to be quite difficult, honestly. I, at the moment, really have no insight into how much impulse shopping I do or how much shopping I do because I'm bored and I want to have some fun. Because I am aware that I shop out of necessity, but I also shop for entertainment, I guess you would say. And so I've come up with a couple of things that I think I need to keep in mind or prioritize to keep me on track so that I actually make it through the month and manage to save some money. So the first thing I was thinking is that I think it's very important that you have your goal, like you set a goal and you keep that front and center in your mind while you do this. So like I said, some people might be saving and wanting to put that money towards a vacation or a new car or to buy a house. Personally for me, I have a student loan that I really want to pay down this year. Like it's currently at $7,000, and I think I'm going to need to stop spending for more than a month to get that paid down, but saving a little bit of money and putting that towards the loan is better than nothing. So at the moment, my goal is to save a little bit of money so that I can put it towards my student loan and get that wiped out and to get myself out from under. I also think it's really good to set a time frame. Like I said, some people just do a weekend, some people do a week, some people do a month, and some people do this long term. But I think it's important, especially when you're starting out, to have some light at the end of the tunnel, to know that this isn't a forever thing, because it is a little bit of a deprivation thing. You're stopping something that you would typically do. In order to stay motivated and to keep doing that, it's good to have an end in sight. Now, I think it's really important that you define what you think is essential and what you think is not essential. So I've come up with a table of green light items, yellow light items, and red light items for the next month. So green light items are anything I consider to be essential, like food, shelter, paying my rent, any kind of healthcare that I might need, paying my bills, things that I can't stop paying for, essentially. Red light items are anything that is an impulse buy or something I would buy for fun. So new clothes, perfume, makeup, things that money I would spend on hobbies, etc. All of these sort of purchases I need to stop for the next month. Now my yellow light items are unforeseen or unexpected sort of costs that might come up. So if my car breaks down, I obviously require my car, so I'll put that in for a service and pay for that. If something breaks, emergency expenses will sit in my yellow light category. There are particular items I know I'm going to struggle not to buy. So for instance, I'm going to struggle not to buy my morning coffee when I go out. And I'm really bad at food planning and food prep. So I tend to buy a lot of convenience food, especially when I'm out in the office at work. So I'm going to have to put a little bit of planning and forethought into having food ready to go for the day and figuring out how to make a coffee that I like so that I'm not tempted to go and buy a coffee in the morning from a cafe. And finally, I think it's a good idea to track my progress. So I've seen online that people are using calendars and they're coloring or crossing out every day as they go by. And if they manage to do a no spend, if they're successful for the day, they color in the day green. But if they somehow slip up, they color in the day red. I also think it's important to keep in mind that if you do slip up and you have a bad day, not to throw the towel in. It's one day, it's not the whole month. And if you can't get the whole board green, then just try to get more green days than red. And that's my thought process on this. That's how I'm going to approach this challenge. So if you want to do a no spend January with me, let me know. Feel free to follow along. But yep, that's my plan for January. And I'm going to start prepping for that pretty much now so that hopefully I can actually succeed at the challenge when January 1st rolls around. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.